Hey everybody, it's Ray, and today we're going to talk about the Battle Pass and whether or not purchasing the upgrade is worth your hard-earned real-life Mora or not. A quick disclaimer, the opinions here are all my own and I am not affiliated with miHoYo in any way other than that I enjoy their game and have paid for the purchase of this Battle Pass and any other in-game content myself. Every time the Battle Pass begins again, we witness a small cutscene narrated by Venti telling a story. I've seen it many times now, but it doesn't look like you can skip it. Although if you know how to, please let me know. And if you've not seen the cutscene yourself, I won't tell you what happens, I'll leave you to check it out for yourself. The Battle Pass is a series of smaller quests or missions to complete, spanning the length of time between updates. Completing the missions earns points and gives rewards every time you level up. The Battle Pass is free, but can be upgraded with real-life money to get additional rewards. The missions in the Battle Pass are split into 3 categories: daily missions, weekly missions, and version missions. The amount of points you can earn is capped at 10,000 per week, and every 1,000 points will bag you a new level. Each Battle Pass has its own name, and the 1.5 Battle Pass is called Realm of Diversion. The daily missions are fairly simple and will net you a total of 645 points per day, for a total of 4,515 per week. You can complete one of these daily tasks just by popping the game on. Once you've unlocked expeditions, mining 10 ores per day can be easily done by sending one of your characters out on a 20-hour expedition and collecting the rewards. Condensing resin will count towards your resin usage for the day, and commissions are usually fairly simple tasks, so can usually be done quite quickly even if you don't have much time to play. Weekly missions have changed slightly on this new Battle Pass, and there are now 13 missions to complete, which will give you a total of 7,020 points. I usually try to tick off the easy missions at the beginning of the week. Completing 3 requests is usually just delivery items and tend to be things you can make or pick up along your travels. As I've been playing for a while, I tend to have a lot of ingredients and ore in my inventory, so forging 20 items and cooking 20 dishes is something I can do without much work. But the materials needed are fairly easy to pick up, so these are easier points to collect. Spending 500,000 Mora a week gets very easy as you move on to the higher adventure ranks, when a single talent upgrade can almost or completely clear this mission by itself. You don't have to claim the rewards from the leyline blossoms or the boss blossoms for it to count towards the mission total. So if you were planning on spending your resin on artifact domains, you can still complete these missions without any resin. For the domains mission, character trials, abyss chambers, and trounce domains will count towards your total. In 1.5, the cost of taking on the big weekly bosses is reduced for your first 3 attempts, making it easier to complete these challenges alongside the other missions. And instead of 3 individual missions for the challenges, there is now 1 mission to take on all 3 of them. The version missions usually offer much bigger rewards for completing them. At the beginning of the version there were only 2 missions here. Make 50 wishes during this version worth 1,500 points and gain 12 stars in the Abyss worth 2,250 points. As the events begin during the duration of the version, more missions will appear here and they will add a nice amount of points to your total too. You'll be able to reach the 10,000 weekly limit before you're able to complete all the missions. The few extra days over the 5-week duration will count as a week by itself, giving you 6 sets of weekly missions. And taking part in the events can give you big boosts towards your total. I usually wrap up the Battle Pass with about 2 weeks to go, but we have been in a global pandemic for a while now, and I'm not really getting out much. Not that I would be if it wasn't for, But anyway. If you're able to reach level 50, you'll pick up the following rewards along the way: 27 Adventures Experience and 36 Heroes Wit, 96 Mystic Enhancement Ore, 720,000 Mora, 5 Fragile Resin, and 5 Acquaint Fates. When it comes to purchases, you have 2 options: Gnostic Hymn and Gnostic Chorus. Hymn is the second line of rewards you see on the Battle Pass level screen. Chorus boosts your level by 10 and gives you a special name card and 5 Fragile Resin. This month, with the introduction of the Serenity Pot, you'll also get a blueprint for a stove. The Gnostic Chorus is slightly discounted to begin with, but you can still upgrade later if you buy Gnostic Hymn first, although it will no longer be discounted. If you've upgraded your Battle Pass to Gnostic Hymn alongside the previous rewards, you'll pick up another 126 Heroes Wit, 288 Mystic Enhancement Ore, 2,160,000 Mora, 5 Fragile Resin, 4 Intertwined Fates, 680 Primo Gems, a total of 35 Guide Talent Books, 20 from the Mondstadt region and 15 from the Liyue region, 10 Philosophies, 5 from each region, and a 4-star weapon. You can choose which weapon you want as your 4-star weapon reward. There are 5 to choose from in total, all with a crit rate boost as their main substat, and there's 1 weapon from each class. We'll start with the Polearm Deathmatch. Out of the 5 choices, this has the highest crit rate boost and it starts from 8%. This is the first weapon I picked when I purchased my first Battle Pass. This weapon's passive is called Gladiator. When there are at least 2 enemies nearby, attack and defense will be increased by 16%, and if facing a single opponent, attack will be increased by 24%. I'm not actually sure why I went for this first when we had 1 polearm user at the time and I'd already made a Crescent Pike, but now we have more polearm users. I'm glad I have this, and I haven't really decided who will get to keep it in the end. Youngling currently has it, but I may still switch things up. My second choice was the bow Viridescent Hunt, as around this time we saw the introduction of Child and Diona and I wanted some more choices for my bow users. The weapon passive Verdant Hunt means that when a normal or aimed shot hits an enemy, it has a 50% chance to generate a cyclone. The cyclone will last for 4 seconds and will continuously attract surrounding opponents, dealing damage. I ended up with a few more bows from the gacha that I prefer for my current roster, so this has been left without much love. The catalyst option is the Solar Pearl, and I think this is actually my personal favourite choice. I've now gotten mine to Refinement Rank 2. This weapon's passive talent, Solar Shine. Normal attack hits will increase elemental skill and elemental burst damage by 20% for 6 seconds. Likewise, elemental skill or elemental burst hits will increase normal attack damage by 20% for 6 seconds. Stylistically, I feel this really fits Ningguang, and I've started to build her up as a potential DPS character. I'm glad to be able to get some crit rate from somewhere. So unless I get something else that is perfect for her, she's definitely keeping hold of this. For sword users, you can pick up the Black Sword. Its passive talent Justice increases normal and charge attack damage by 20% and regenerates 60% of attack as health when a normal or charge attack scores a crit hit. And considering its substat is crit rate, this is a very, very useful weapon. Although for some reason I haven't even touched mine. Maybe I should start leveling this one up next. But if I was going to recommend any of these weapons for a new starter to the game, it would be the Black Sword. Your starter team already has 2 sword users, and if you can keep one healthy, then you might not need a healer. And lastly, we have a claymore option, the Serpent Vine. I've not picked this one yet, and I'm tempted to get it this time round, if only to complete the set. Its passive talent is Wave Splitter, so every 4 seconds a character is on the field, they will deal 6% more damage and take 3% more damage. The effect can stack up to 5 times and won't be reset if they leave the field, but a stack can be lost by taking damage. So if we were to break the price of the Battle Pass down per week in line with how many sets of weekly missions there are, in pounds it costs about £1.50 per week. If you are able to reach level 50, it provides a huge amount of materials, but how does it stack up against the other packs that are regularly available in terms of value? Crystals can be bought by themselves in various size packs and used to purchase other packs or exchange for primo gems that you can use to replenish resin or wish for new characters. Wishing for new characters has no guarantee that you'll get who you want without having a large amount of them, which may mean some big spends for that reward. I have purchased some crystals while playing, and usually I'd only buy smaller packs, but I did splurge on the big pack to make sure I was able to get Zhao after I lost the 50-50. Oops. For available packs, we'll start with the Starter's Supply. This bundle contains 80 Adventurer's Experience and 40 Fine Enhancement Ores. This pack costs 300 crystals, which you can buy for £4.49. For the same price as the Starter's Supply bundle, you can get the Blessings of the Welkin Moon. This will give 300 crystals upon purchase, which you could use to get the Starter's Supply pack or exchange for Primo Gems. You'll also be able to claim 90 Primo Gems per day for 30 days. So that is 2,700 Primo Gems and 300 crystals, or 3,000 Primo Gems if that's how you prefer to use it. And I do actually buy this pack myself. The last pack we'll look at is the Wayfarer's Supply Pack. This contains 50,000 Mora, 1 Fragile Resin, 25 Mystic Enhancement Ore, and 50 Hero's Wit. It costs 980 crystals or $13.99. In terms of price, this is the closest pack to the Battle Pass, but although you're guaranteed all the items and get them instantly, if you're a regular player there is a lot more to gain from the Battle Pass at a lower price. So if you are thinking of treating yourself to a little pack in the game, I'd recommend the Gnostic Hymn Battle Pass above anything else. The materials it gives you, especially if you have a lot of time to play, go a long way towards raising the characters that you have. Yes, shiny new characters are great, but they fall a little flat unless you have the materials to raise them. Let me know if you get the Battle Pass and what weapon you think I should pick this time. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you'd like more Genshin content. In our next video, we're going to be wishing on the current banner to see if we can bring home the new 4-star Pyro unit, Yanfei. Until then, see you next time.